So to understand this, we have to go back to the beginning and understand that Facebook is an innovative user experience platform. Before Facebook existed, there was really no social media platform other than a little bit of some friends or MySpace that really prioritized the user experience and time on site over getting an answer, especially nothing before it did it with ads. Google and email are trying to get you to take a click to go to a place and to get you through somewhere. Google's number one priority is getting you off of Google as fast as possible. Facebook's number one priority is keeping you on the platform for as long as possible, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, what have you. It doesn't matter. Their number one objective is your attention for profit. So in order to keep people on Facebook, like all organic content, Facebook will try to show people paid material, ads, to folks who are likely to engage with it in a positive way. Remember, this is what we call estimated action rate. How likely are people to respond positively to the content that they're shown? Just like when you post an Instagram reel and it gets shown to 20% of your followers and 80% of people that never heard you before. Ads are doing the same thing. Remember, ultimately, at their core, ads are basically just a way of paying Facebook money to show your content to somebody that might not see it otherwise. But that doesn't mean that Facebook is going to prioritize your money spent over their quality of experience. When you don't have that in alignment, you're going to pay a really, really high price to fail. So how does Facebook do the targeting? Well, let's break it down because it's actually really simple. Facebook measures the estimated action rate on your content. Every ad is actually a post ID. Every post ID is actually a web page. Facebook is measuring the click-through rate and the stickiness and whether people are reading stuff or watching the videos or engaging with the comment section. How involved are they in the experience that you're offering them? Between the creative and the user experience after the click as well, Facebook is able to understand whether or not somebody's having a positive experience. If they go to your website and immediately come back, well, clearly they didn't have a good time. Or if they click on the ad and then leave immediately your site and log off of Facebook, that's also a bad thing. So our ads get shown to people that are likely to engage with it positively and take action on your site that tells Facebook they had a good experience. So again, our ads are shown to people that are going to have a good experience both on Facebook as well as off. Because remember, Facebook has the pixel on your site. They're able to see time on site. How many pages is somebody clicking around? What was the experience they had on that page? Did they move around a lot? Did they leave really quickly? Did they take the action you're optimizing towards? So our content ultimately gets shown to the people that not only have a good experience on the platform, engaging, hitting like, commenting, watching videos, etc., sharing things, but also when they do leave the Facebook app or site and they go to your environment, what do? Because ultimately Facebook's goal is to keep people happy and coming back to Facebook. And they prioritize that attention for profit. And they show that ad to anybody within your target audience. Fraud is everyone. So what does this knowledge really do for us? Well, it means we can finally let go of audiences. Think of it like this. Every time you layer in a lookalike or an interest group or something, basically what you're doing is you're paying extra money. Because remember, every one of those customizations comes at a cost. They tax you for that customization. Everything you get that's custom anywhere in the world costs extra, right? Block is extra. Same thing in Facebook. So what you're doing is you're paying a higher cost to restrict the opportunity for Facebook to show the ad to somebody that might want to see it. Because Facebook's not just trying to force your ad on anybody. Facebook wants to show your ad to the person that's most likely to respond positively. And now when you pay extra to prevent Facebook from being able to show it to specific people, you're basically charging yourself more money to have a less opportunity to succeed. That is bad business. So ultimately, this is why broad is at the absolute foundation of the absolute best practice for the elite media buyers. And you're seeing more and more people talk about it. Now, to be fair, I've been preaching broad since, 2017, 2018, and literally every single case study done in Facebook in the last 4 years proves that broad outperforms anything else. It just works because it places a stronger reliance on creative testing the end user experience. It allows you to scale faster. It allows you to have a more stable result. And it makes Facebook ads much, much easier. Because instead of chasing around things that don't matter, like interest groups, ABO, and customer journeys, all this stuff where you're trying to hack the machine inside of Facebook, instead you can start to worry about their bottom line of that attention and your customer's user experience to monetize that journey. So how do we use this information to allow us to scale our account? It's actually really easy. If every ad has effectively an ideal user or type of user, and what that means is different ads can appeal to different people. Say you're running a car dealership and you got a great ad to sell your minivan. If you make 10 more minivan ads, that's not going to sell the sports car or the sedan. But we see that happen all the time. Like, well, this one ad worked great. I'm just going to make more and more of it. All you're doing is making a bunch of ads that all compete to convert the same type of person. That might help you get a cheaper price. We'll get into that in a second. But that's not going to help you scale your spend because you're ultimately still only targeting one specific group of people. And you can't grow if you don't expand your target audience. So if every user has a different type of ad, creating different ads appeals to different types of people, which allows you to spend more money to reach new individuals. What about scaling efficiency? Because that's generally the number one thing people completely forget to do and absolutely moves the needle. So if every ad has an ideal end user, who's to say we're running that ad at maximum efficiency? Maybe you've got a pretty good ad for a few different things. But if you can solve that problem a little bit better, you can move the needle. So if every ad is effectively built around a concept, right? Lowest cost, highest quality, UGC, testimonial, whatever. And there's somebody that responds to that. Well, especially if we're just starting out, surely we can do 5, 10, 20% better. And if you can get a 10% better CPA, you can probably spend 15 to 20% more money. So all we really need to do is focus on how to sell that same sales pitch in a better fashion. So ultimately, what does this? Remember, your ad. Your ad is the most powerful tool you have inside of the ecosystem because it is your content. Remember, your ad is just organic content that you're paying to show to people. And if you start to disrespect the ad, what you're doing is disrespecting your customer and your business partner. When you disrespect your business partner, you're going to have higher costs. So the number one thing that you need to really be focusing in on is testing your ads and getting out of the way. Every time you get down to bidding models and ABO versus CBO and interest groups and lookalikes and retargeting, all of this stuff, what you're really doing is saying, I'm not good enough at making an ad that allows Facebook to show content to somebody in a way that's going to make them happy and in a way that makes me money, which means you are going to struggle forever.